first off, his outing, again, Brent has been very efficient. And the command of his mix, very apparent, getting in on the lefties. Life to the fastball in the zone, the breaking ball when he needed it, the cutter. But somewhere in about the fourth inning, there was something where I guess he mentioned to the trainer that there was something going on with his knee. So I think it's been something that's been lingering a little bit. And so somewhere in the tendonitis category. So after 6, where he was at, for me, it was an easy decision to not try to push it and potentially put him in harm's way.
How about Chris Taylor? What can you say about him?
He's, we have a lot of guys on our roster that when they're in there, they do something to help you win baseball games. And you try to think of superlatives for a guy like Chris and his kind of trek to the big leagues and his story. But taking on a new position, moving him around the order, really kind of sporadic playing time up until recently, and delivering big hits, quality at bats, every time he steps in the box. That compete is contagious. And, the way he runs the bases and cares and studies, he's what we're about.
Is it, I guess it's too soon, but he could, what are you going to do with him? When everybody comes back healthy?
He'll play. But, I think if you look at our roster, we have guys that have a little bit of, have the ability to kind of move around. But I'll find him at bats. He's earned it. And, with the course of, the long season, the hot summer coming. So there's going to be opportunities. And he again, Plash, he's earned it.
Did he look like a guy in his 4th game in center on that play that cut off the
No, he didn't. And I think that, and I asked him prior to making the start a few days ago if he felt comfortable more in a corner or in the center. And I think that obviously he plays in the center of the diamond throughout his career. And the reads are more true in center. And, just the ability to have the hands that he has and to be able to attack the baseball and to throw the way he does. So, sometimes you do see infielders that go out there, but they got the good hands. And so the hands and catching the baseball, the transfer, the arm strength, all good.
What kind of feeling is it to shut out this team twice in a row and you got Kershaw going on?
It's great. I think I've been on the other side of that, playing the Dodgers and being shut out and having Kershaw looming. So I was just talking to coaches in there. Our guys aren't getting too high, and we know we're good, and we're playing good baseball. So it is definitely nice to know that you have your ace going tomorrow.
Figuring out lacking the second time around, looking into that.
John, veteran pitcher, and he competes. I think it was just one of those things that he left. Chase did a good job staying back on a curveball, which was getting him early. And Chris Taylor hit a breaking ball that was left up a little bit. And that at-bat, the last at-bat that he got him, it was a grinded at-bat, 6-7 pitch at-bat from Chase. And I think it was something soft that he poked through the 4-hole. So it was just a matter of grinding. He walked the pitcher. That hurt him. But Kike's 2-out hit, 2-out double that inning. Belly had a good at bat, so we did some good things to get a run across in that chase where Chase drove in that first one. So it's just kind of the accumulation of guys putting together good at bats.
We talked about Chris, but having to keep him in the lineup. How hard is it right now to keep Chase in the lineup the way he's been hitting 2 straight weeks? He's hot.
He's doing great. He's going to be down tomorrow, and there's going to be a little bit of a different look with the lefty tomorrow, and also with the day game after the sort of night game. But Chase, and people were down on Chase and early on, but he's kind of hit his stride and got his legs under him, and he's putting together good at-bats, and today, huge day for us.
Now, was Kike running on his own, or what was that?
Yeah, that was a 2-0 on his own. I think Lackey gave him a no-look at second base, so to potentially take the ball and dirt out of play, the wild pitch and something like that. So, typically you don't steal third with 2 outs, but I think it was either 1-0 or 2-0, something like that. Yeah, so, but it worked out and just add a little extra pressure on Lackey.
And you're fine with that? You'd be like that?
As long as you're safe.
You've had some success using some bullpen
bullpen guys in multiple innings. Is this just a case by case basis thing, or is it something that's a concept that you like?
It's a concept that we like when we put together this roster, where you can see Strip can give you multiple innings and 3+. And initially with Woody, that's what we thought of. And now he earned his way into the rotation. But now with Hyun-Jin in the pen, and we saw what he did a few nights ago. So Hatch can give us multiple innings. So I think that, to be able to rest guys like Petey, Fields, we're going to get Romo in there again. But for those guys to eat up innings, to kind of lighten the workload, overall, is kind of what we kind of envisioned.
Is it a goal that you see going forward?
It is. But obviously every game's different, usage and things like that. But I think that to have the trust in a reliever to get the righties and the lefties out, pitch in higher leverage situations, which I do trust Strip, is a good thing.
Which knee is it with Brandon? And
It's his right.
concern
It's some type of tendonitis, and I know that he'll probably know more.
Have you noticed any difference for Chase in just the approach or anything technique-wise as opposed to now from like before May 9th?
I think for me, it's more of staying connected to the ground. I think that he was a little coming off his backside. He was kind of not into his legs as much. So I think for me, he's using his legs more. He's in a better position to hit. So Chase, like I said, he's a guy that you look at the baseball card, looks pretty good. So I trust that he was going to figure it out at some point.